uncle. Please do not say uncle.
We've got rules around here.
Did
Watch
you
your mouth.
notice on episode 1? Have you watched it with the captions on?
Welcome to table 58. Oh, I haven't. Tell me about it.
With the captions on, it deletes out me saying fag.
Oh, does it?
So it will just do that again now. Yeah.
I mean, they must
Right.
be United States editors. They don't understand.
Yeah, I used to be quite careful about saying that. Yeah. Coffee and a fag, it's just a normal thing in English.
I'd say. I
Yeah.
think so.
Coffee and a smoke, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it means. A
Thank
cigarette.
you for clarifying right here for all of us.
Yeah, so
What are you doing, Sarah? We were just kind of talking about some fun stuff. Time to sit at the table and chat.
would you like to do eyes, feet, or pedulants?
Oh man. Should we start with What's the first choice?
Eyes, feet,
Petulance.
or pedulants, which I've just learned is a type of crystal. Yeah, so you can share as well now, can't you? Well, you can
If
share.
I
I
would
just
feel like
realised
it.
that you can share too. Yeah.
You're gonna take us on a petulance journey?
And a bit. Right, so just clarify, is it a pedulant or a pendulant? Yeah.
Petulance. P-E-T-U, but the T has a C-H sound. So petulant. Petulant.
Yeah, so I know that word, petulant, like a petulant child, but the the image of the orb thing, I think I put changed the teeth.
Trying to figure out. So I was telling you something about an orb and petulant. Like I was like a petulant child with the orb, with the stone.
Ah, here it is. Here it is. This.
Show
This is
it.
what I found. Like, it's the only thing that I knew. Oh, so I better close all that down then. Yeah, where is it? Pink and golly.
Petulant child. That's what got me thinking about it. Are you doing that?
No, I'm showing you the this is what I found when I was trying to when I caught it on the audio. Where is it? This one. So not entire screen. Just that. There we are. Yeah, that's the only image that I could find, but that's look how it's spelled. Look, pencil.
Oh. Interesting. Wow. Now I see why you've been talking about this.
Yeah.
Petulant.
Yeah.
Huh.
So it's a Canva image then.
Oh, I see. Very nice. So
That
sometimes I feel, yeah, this is not how I feel when I use the word petulant. I can tell you that. It feels like it looks a lot more like like I have my, oh, I'll show you. I hope KD Camillo isn't upset with me. Okay, it feels like it looks like kind of like this, except like our little friend here, Bink, except yeah, like I'm up to something, but I really want to do something, but I don't want to do it. So she's actually really a nice one here. Petulant is also when I feel like I'm just like it makes me laugh so much actually because I know that it's like I'm fighting myself in the moment. So I actually literally I'm just like I just know how ridiculous it looks. And so then I just have to sit and go face to face with me. Like, are you gonna knock it off like right here in front of the person? So you're gonna have to do that now. Okay, just do it. That's the best part. I'm like, okay, I gotta take it down here for a second. Anyway. Do you ever get petulant?
Yeah, but quietly in my own head. It's like,
What
really?
kind of things get you petulant?
Being people misunderstanding what I'm saying, like what happened to me today. Um,
Do you want to tell us?
yeah, just normal stuff, just people. Actually, no, people cutting me up in the car and stuff like that doesn't. I get no anger about that whatsoever. Um,
You know what I do when people do that? I wave. I'm like, hey, hi, bye. Have a good
yeah,
day. And also that when people flip me off in the car, yeah, like I'm sure you can imagine it. Totally me.
same
I
for
feel
you.
like, yeah, exactly. You can get there first. Doesn't bother me. But the alternative can happen where you get people express their feeling about you, their unhappy feeling through a finger or an expletive, and you can see it. And so I've had to stop looking because it really makes me feel really uncomfortable when I watch this. When people do that, I'm like, God, that's a lot. Whoa, I don't want to watch. That's mean. Anyway,
Yeah.
pension.
Oh, the story. Can I tell you the story? That
Yeah, that's what I want to hear.
the the woman who said, "Oh no, I think that's really impressive." And I was talking
Oh,
to you.
yeah.
I can't remember if that was on here or not, so I might have to explain that. Flies, look,
You have to
flies.
explain it. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So this, I was talking really fast at a place where I volunteered. I was like, "Moo."
Back it all up. It's a good story,
But
actually.
tell it properly. Okay.
Yeah, tell it properly.
So I volunteer at this place one afternoon a week, and it's like a second-hand furniture place, and we raise money for animal charities. And it's quite popular and busy, and the warehouse is quite big, and it's very busy. We only open for 4 hours once a week, so it's really, really busy when it's open. Uh, and I wasn't actually doing sales. I was putting doors on a wardrobe or something. But the lady asked me about a wardrobe right next to me, and I was in kind of the zone. And I had some coffee as well, so I was kind of talking really fast. And I was mimicking you actually, like just. And the woman said, have you got a price for this one, please? What do you want? So I said, 40 euros for that one. And she said, okay, we'll take it. And I said, all right, would you like it delivering or can you get it in the car? Have you come in the car or have you come in the van? Because we can't deliver. Oh, I'm not quite sure. She said, we did measure it, but I need to go measure the car. And I said, right, yeah, but did you measure the width? Because usually it's the width, the thing. Oh no, we didn't do that. Right. So I've got tape measure. I'll do it. Right. Hold that thing. Right. It's 170. How long is your car? It's Bilingo. Oh, a Bilingo car or a van? A car. Oh, you got to put seats down then. Right. So we're not going to get that in the thing. No, I said, well, we might get it in, might not. I'll go and measure your car. What colour's it? As I'm running out the thing, I'm going, what colour's your car? I'll find it. All right. The car it did it all. Turned out it wouldn't go in her car. So well, I was writing up the little things for taking the details and everything for delivery. And she said, you speak very quickly, you talk very fast. And I said, oh, sorry, am I talking too fast? And she said, no, actually, that's really impressive. So, all right, cool. Well, that lady came in again yesterday, her and the husband. And I was like, oh, I was quite pleased to see them. And they bought a little bit more stuff. And then they went in the office with the boss, where you normally would go if you're leaving your name and address so that you can have things delivered and things. And I was running around doing other stuff, not paying much attention. And they were in there for ages. I had to go in the office for something, and I went in, and Anne, the boss, had a big smile on her face, and she said, "Sarah, just a minute." And I was like, "Yeah." She said, please meet the lady's name and the man's name. And I said, yeah, yeah, I already know the names. It's blah, 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 because I've been talking to her. And she said, yes, and they're our new volunteers and they're starting next week.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
So that lady is now joined, well, both of her and her husband are joining the team. Yeah,
This
and
is great.
there's a bit more to the story, like who they are and what they do, which I won't talk about on here. But yeah, really interesting. So gonna gonna have like build up a friendship with this lady.
You are. You're gonna practice your
And now I
talking.
also have a story to tell her that her story of coming in and meeting us is is being discussed in another.
Yeah.
Yeah, how cool is that?
That's exciting, actually. You know, it reminds me of what you we were talking about earlier, but in a sense, how interconnected we all really are without even knowing it. So the importance in sharing these stories to be like, wow, that's crazy. It's great.
Yeah, and the
No,
other one
it's
about the
really impressive.
same thing. This keeps happening a lot. What is happening recently. The one about the lady, I was talking to another volunteer, and this other random lady just walked past, and I said, right, if one more, I wasn't saying it at the time, I was relaying how I used to feel. Yes, I know that I need to make time for myself, but nobody understands I don't have time, but everybody else has time for themselves, for like to do a hobby or something. That I don't get that kind of time, right? You've got to understand that I don't get that kind of time. And I was saying to this another volunteer who was saying that he was feeling quite depressed because he was so busy and he was very stressed and he wasn't. He's a guitar player. We've played together, gigged together, and he said I haven't picked my guitar up in 6 months, and he really, really enjoyed. That's his passion in life, And he said I'm so busy with everything else. And I said, I used to say, right, if one more person tells me I need to make time for myself, I'm going to throat punch them. And just as I was saying that, another random customer, a random lady walked past and she just leaned in between us and she said, you need to make time for yourself, looking me straight in the eye. And I said, I'm not going to throat punch you. I never say throat punch. It's not my phrase. I've picked it up. But she just smiled at me and walked off, and it's like those kind of sinks. It is like being I know I heard the phrase being present loads, and quite I still don't quite understand what that means. But just doing the pause and doing the so the but this is I know I'm relaying this back to the steps and everything, but that simple, because we've talked about this before. That's It's not my hair. That
There's
Yeah, there's
no
a fly
flying.
actually on my
No,
head.
it's not in here. I will tell you if it is.
Um,
It did fly through. I
Yeah,
mean,
because I've had the windows and stuff open today.
yeah, good. I think it's great.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have to deal with the fly, but
But yeah, in the
yeah.
beginning, right, literally all I could do that on in the first week of sobriety and into the second week, literally all I could do was just listen to meetings, listen to meetings, listen to meetings. And through doing that was like just hearing people talking and sharing and things. Then getting and I'd like I couldn't get hold of a big book for ages and stuff. Just doing the um starting to do like some real vague routine of right, I'll just pray a bit then. Because the things usually started off with included some kind of prayer and ended with some kind of prayer. Right, I'll just do that, just do that. And then working in the pause through the once I started feeling better, like physically better, mentally better, and I was starting to actually do life a bit, then to remember to kind of pause
How
throughout the
long
day.
about did that take you?
But I'll guess about 3 weeks or 4 weeks or something, kind of that time when I was getting back up into activity again without being a trembling wreck and just really anxious because I didn't have my buffer of at least some low level alcohol in my system, you know. Uh, yeah, what were we talking about just then? Oh,
Yeah.
just in a bit of shape to the day. Yeah, and then
Yeah. Yeah. How you got sober, basically.
yeah, and
Well,
then
not how, the process of, yeah.
it was dead easy. Like it's everything's I over intellectualize everything. I've got to kind of think it from 15 different directions and everything. And it was dead simple. Um just like the first instructions were just stay with us, just stay here, just stay with us. Right. And then it was like learn the third step. The first step prayer actually was later. So my first thing was learning the third step prayer, which took me ages. And,
Two.
and just to memorize that took me nearly a week. And I'd it written in a slip of paper and kept it in my top pocket thing. But
Was
just
this an assignment or did you want to do it?
no, it must have been I think my sponsor wasn't my sponsor yet then. She was in daily contact with me via the online meeting thing. So it was I don't think it was kind of given to me as something to do, but she told me that that's what she'd learned and that's what she says every day. So I was kind of like, right, that's what I want to say this every day. And at the time,
Same, my sponsor, all of them. That's the prayer. It really is.
yeah, yeah, it's amazing. But just do that, right? Okay, then I can do that. I can't brush my teeth yet. I can't face the trauma of getting the equipment together that I need or just bloody thing. But I can do that. I can do that. Right. I can learn the first line. Okay. Just right. Just do this simple stuff. As that's kind of grown, so I'm better, feeling better, kind of getting back into full flow of life, like a bit too much even maybe. Back to very, very active phase of life. Because I'm now I can do the pause. I always found that hard before is to remember once the day I can do the thing at the beginning of the day and I can do the reflection at the end of the day. But once I'm in the stream of the day, just forget all of that. I'm just like on to the next thing, on to the next thing. now I really can bring that into my kind of, like every half an hour time. Here we are again. Here we are. Here we are. I can see it like that. And all these kind of like syncs are just happening. All the like, no, that's an exaggeration. Not all the time, but really frequently.
They are. Okay,
Like,
I'm so glad that you said
like,
that about, yeah. The alignment is like wild. And for me, I just get excited because I'm like, thank you for cheering me on. Okay, but I listened to something that's was being shared on meditation, and it was said in a way that I could hear it differently. Because one of the things for meditation, for me in the beginning, that took a while. My sponsor was like, she's like, envision. She was trying anything. First, she's like, just sit and look at a candle, light a flame and look at it. I'm like, why would I do that? Plus, I get migraine. I'm not staring at a light flame like that. That'll bother me, you know? And then she's like, finally, she's like, well, try this one. Take your thought, put it when you're on your walk. And she's like, make sure you're walking. Put your thought in a helium balloon and then just let it go away. I'm like, why do people come up with these silly things to do? I'm like, I don't understand this shit. So then I'm on my walk and I'm like, fine. Now this is kind of cool because all these balloons, I didn't realize how visual of a mind I have and how I actually like actually I didn't realize this. Like I capture stories through visuals and the memories. I know this seems weird, not like maybe really obvious for everybody, and I'm just realizing it about myself. I don't know. Let me not unpack that here. I'm just getting comfy with it. Just realized like I think I have a new skill. And it's not that yeah, but it's somewhere along those lines. Anyway, I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Okay, I do know. So when
yeah.
you start meditation, so what ran past me was so Jenny says this. So she offers me these two things. Then I decided what it was working for me is if I take a walk and just look at the tree in front of me and just try to keep my mind silent for that little bit of time. So I was trying the process, but not really. I don't know. I just didn't feel like somebody explained this part to me. Here's how I heard it. I heard it that the reason that I meditate, and I just also want to say that I'm very curious about it. I have tried more than that. Like even when I'm in the tub, I will try to take like 10 deep breaths if I get anxious. Like I've practiced this a lot from the stomach, from all this. Anyway, this person's reflection, and they say, finally, that the reason you do these things over day after day after day, and then because is that when the moment arrives where this unexpected event occurs, you actually do have the neurological sort of stability to maintain that, and it goes differently. And I'm like, yeah, and I think the reason that I'm understanding these so differently is because after 4 years of sobriety was just 5 little weeks ago on October 9th, I had 4 years. I started to see everything differently, like faith, um, hope, like, oh, I'm like, is it they're really the things that there's no way that I could understand it ever unless I just started living the journey. Like actually stopped wondering what it meant when people said to me, it's your own story. Go ahead and make it. It's your own story. I'm like, what is that? I don't even know. So just suddenly I'm like, oh wow, it is my own story, like and this meditation piece, though, with the pause and that prayer, like they have just been very quite simple things that have felt during the very moment completely nonsensical, super weird, strange, da da da. But then the next day when I wake up, it doesn't feel like that. When I do it again, it does kind of. I just like the next day, it
Yeah.
doesn't feel like. Do you?
Yeah, that Astrid speaker, the speaker named Astrid, she said that she ended up not having a sponsor, but she's got like 4 or 5 people that she seeks advice from. And I'm kind of like, oh, you can do it like that, can you? Yeah, it says from the beginning, these are all suggestions. We're telling you what worked for us.
Yes.
Your own journey is your own journey, and it's kind of
Yes.
like, yeah, yeah, actually it is, and, I'm just kind of settling into,
It
Like
totally,
mine doesn't have to look like everybody else's journey either, you know.
I think so. And because it's tricky say everybody has a different thing that works for them. And it's really important to acknowledge the thing that works for you. Sponsorship, really, it's like choosing to do something in community and learn about one another, spend some time together, and then follow some direction at first, but then maybe you like with some sponsees, it sort of evolves, but also the intention isn't really the way sponsorship is set up, has been shared with me with old timers, like to be friends forever. You just kind of spend this time together, work through the steps, and you carry on, basically. And that's where I'm like, I've just been thinking about this that we personally aren't sponsoring each other, but we are collectively upholding and holding each other accountable to really important things in our lives. And we have learned it through people that have followed Alcoholics Anonymous that we call the Big Book,
Yeah.
which we were just talking about because everybody calls it the Big Book. And Sarah was trying to look it up and that's the Big Book and couldn't find it. Another story for another day. But
Right.
since she
The
told that
book
story,
called Alcoholics Anonymous, ladies and
that's
gentlemen.
it.
If you're
That's
searching
it.
for it online, that's what it's called, the Big Book. Yeah,
Yeah.
that took me a while.
Exactly. But I was sitting here thinking to myself, that's an interesting title. Oh, I read this great book. It's called Alcoholics Anonymous. Because to me, I think of the reason it sounds silly is because I equate it to a meeting or fellowship. But anyway, I just think I've been learning. I'm glad that I had some beacons of light. I really am. And the people that have been in the program a long time, but I really do like the collective vision around it. And I do think it has the potential then. I don't know. I guess it's not something you can force. I don't want to take us on a tangent, but I get really perplexed by this part because, we're helping people to get sober, but also God has a plan for all of us. I've thought through my own story so many times, and I'm like, it was never going to go a different way. It was only going to be this story.
Yeah,
So this is like the chicken before the egg or whatever you call these things, but it's interesting to me. And not everyone understands this, so and not that you have to, but so it's a curiosity to me that I have to keep squelched or something sometimes, but because I don't want to, because like you're kind of meddling. But when we're doing what we do, where we know that we're aligned, we really are as curious as each other,
yeah,
and well, who knows we at the table, like it's really fucking exciting. And we practiced even like crying over messages, crying through, or like explain, like actually
yeah,
just living in the emotion as it arrives through the conversation. We've just practiced. I haven't even known you 4 months. When you say you're 5 months sober too, I was just sitting here, I'm like, God damn, that's like a nothing. And to
yeah,
be like, what I'm really saying is I applaud you how far you've come because really, like, I'm in awe. I am. Because you've been talking about you picked up the pace, your schedule is more full, things like this. And I'm just sitting here while you were talking, like, it's only been 5 months. And like you're just like living your life. You're doing it. You just picked it
yeah,
and we're doing the things. We talk every day. And you talk to other people too. Like Maggie is sort of one of those people. Kay is one of my people. I love that you
yeah.
heard this Astrid. Astrid tossed it out.
But you know that before those 5 months, I think that every conversation that I'd had with Maggie, and I've put some of those up online for Maggie to be able to re-listen to, um, as well as anybody else. Is so I was never sober during those conversations ever. I wasn't necessarily really intoxicated, but I was never, not for 1 minute of those conversations was I sober, which is a thing you thought. Yeah, well, like when uh, you were saying the other day about having to learn how young people need to learn how to just make friends with other young people. So if they arrive at this new college or whatever, um, it's kind of like I feel like that too because my way of making friends with people all the time was over alcohol. It was in an alcohol place, so it was with alcohol. It was, and I haven't got that thing now. So like I've had to do that sober, which is like daunting. I'm not brilliant at making. In fact, I very rarely make friends, new friends. I'm socially polite with people and things, but it's not, I don't make, I don't really do social very much. And when I did have to like that, I was relieved that dinner was cancelled because that's with people
Yes.
that I don't know all that much, and I didn't bottom out of it, but it was cancelled, so I was let off the hook. The thought of doing that, going out to dinner with people that I don't know very well, without not only having lots to drink on the night out, but being well prepped beforehand as well, having plenty to drink in so that I had enough courage to be able to
Yeah.
do the thing. It's like it's a bit of a revelation for me that I'm making connections with people. I'm giving my number out to people and things. That willingly.
Yes. Yes, you are. The
Yeah,
transformation.
yeah. But it is that. It's like how do you make a friendship? How do you do it? And it's like the little bit at a time, kind of, and yeah. Yeah, there's bloody loads to this. Loads to it. It's like how much, yeah, I told you I've been looking at vids and stuff, how much life has changed from this time last year. It's beyond all recognition. And if
You
me,
got to thinking about it, huh? Finally, good.
yeah, if I could go back and visit myself this time last year and say, right, uh, this is how it's going to be, I wouldn't have believed me. Like yeah, no, 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 no. I felt like I'd done everything, tried everything. I've been everywhere. I've had all the experience that I want to have. Uh, that you couldn't show me anything new. That's how I felt this time last year. You couldn't show, nobody had anything new to show me at all. And I think that's when I really lost it. Just lost uh, I don't know, lost uh curiosity and just when that showed you, I found a YouTube vid of me like on a night out. So I have a documented thing of me being drunk and things. I also have documented, so the conversations with Maggie is I'm sitting in exactly this spot. All the room looks different, but I'm sat in exactly this spot, exactly the same relation to the same camera, everything. And have a look at that one, then you'll understand where I came from. Like that was me, you know.
Okay.
And there's no comparison. I won't show you now.
Just
I'll queue it up for the next one. But there's no comparison of me now and me then. Like even just if you
I
just
can.
looked physically, just looked at an image of me.
It's wild, isn't it?
Yeah, Yeah, I've only just scratched the surface of it as well. There's like loads more to this. I've only just started doing like
Oh yeah, it
properly
is
getting
always.
into the practice of it and everything. Yeah,
Yeah, that is a good, just even learning it, having to, what even that looks like, that just takes some days, you know?
yeah,
And to be willing to look at myself, like learning how to look at myself in a way that I'm like my partner. I'm giving myself a hand through a process because I'm learning something new. I can't imagine what that must have been like for you to feel like you hadn't, that one kind of caught me, like you just didn't have access to learn anything new. And then what also caught me was how crazy spirit is. Because, like, look, all of a sudden, and out loud, you had shared with me, well, in a voice text, that how much you really like to learn about things you hadn't learned about before or talk about them. And I'm just the creative part of you, anyway, is what I heard. And curious, which I can relate to a lot. So, anyway, to feel, yeah, that you don't have access to that, of course, I bet your light felt so dim. Ooh. I wonder why you felt like you didn't have from the alcohol, you think? Well, I wonder what got you thinking you didn't have access to information anymore. Well, that's what I can come up with, but
I just lost hope, energy, will,
Mhm.
care, everything.
Mhm.
Yeah, I ran out of it. I ran out of my resources, and
That's because we were not helping ourselves in the least. We were depleting ourselves entirely. And then God said, no, 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 my child. Let's do something different.
yeah, yeah, lean not on your own understanding. But
Yeah.
I had to be forced into that place of surrender, and that's how it happened. And it was absolutely, that's it. That's final. That's uh, yeah, it's difficult to find language to explain this stuff, isn't it? Perhaps that's where writing comes in more.
I think so. Somebody said, I just heard this for the first time. It's like trying to describe the smell of a rose to somebody or the color, even the
Yeah.
color of something. And suddenly my brain started to think about that. Because I hadn't before. And I'm like, wow, that is really not possible. That's a really interesting thing. And then I'm like, that's what got me to the reflection a little bit ago that now that I'm 4 years and 5 weeks or something along those lines of working on this, I'm able to be like, whoa, you actually literally have to live this every day. But then, then it really becomes quite revealing. And I just, I don't have any, I feel really excited about like being on a spirit-led path, or people call it what you want. I call it, this is regular the world. Thank God I finally got a handle of it. Woo! I am glad I'm on board. Like I met Sarah, let's slow down and see how this goes, right? I am staying right here. And I recommend it to all of you.
Yeah.
Like, wow, with just a bit of discipline and things, which is actually really good. All of the things that, and it has nothing to do with money. And I've always known that. And I don't know, I am working on not using, words that are what those kind of words, but always and nevers and things. But in this case, my entire life, I've known that money is not a thing that brings anybody happiness or joy, and it's not required. And I've been in many environments where it didn't exist, and people were joyful beyond measure traveling
Yeah.
and got to live with them. We talked a little bit about this, so you know exactly what I'm talking about
Yeah.
without it at all. People just function in community together. Oh, interesting. Huh. Going back to this internet conversation just a while ago, how it might implode entirely. Who knows? But I'm like, well, sometimes God does these things, so you have no other choice but to rearrange the way that you've been living. And you have to, because this doesn't do it that way anymore. Whoopsies. Nice try, team. But that's the world I'm living in today. You're on it. We just wait for. I'm not rushing anything here. Every day is full of so much magic.
Yeah.
It really is. And so much progress. but I have to choose to live. This just dawned on me, which is nothing big. I even repeated it after. I'm like, you didn't get anything big that dawned on you. You just had a moment. But I was trying to figure out a way to say this to people like, yeah, you got it. So, because people will say if you don't pay for it, you don't feel like you earned it. You know what I mean? Or you won't value it if you didn't pay for it. And I'm like, well, that's kind of a trick. Like, if you do it, that's why you value it. If you pay for it and you did it, great. But I'm like, the part that really brings the value is when you try and you do a thing that seems hard. And that's just how the same way that we all got to it. Like, I had a colleague say to me once who was working on her health and her weight, and my cat is really doing stuff. He's just really trying to make he's like in the mood and this and this happens like this is the fourth time since I've known this cat that he's been like this. And I'm like, this is interesting. Okay, and distracting. He's like the menace panther cat. All right, anyway, what am I even talking about? Who knows?
See, your cat even distracted me then. I was going to take you right back into
Yeah,
what
but
we're talking about.
basically what I'm saying is that now that we're on the path,
No,
I
the
don't want to.
doing, yeah, it's the doing of, yeah, absolutely. It's like yeah, like I think you said today or yesterday. It's not like the kind of you just wish that you were there. It's like okay, yeah, get that. I just wish that I was there, and then now I'm there. Now I'm this like kind of like tranquil being walking the earth, just accepting anything that comes my, surrendering my spirit 100 times a day and blah blah blah. It's like no, you just do it, just keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. And then
Yeah,
for me, it's I'm not questioning it anymore. It's not like why. When I say that my surrender was complete, and I still will say that it was 100% complete, was that I committed myself to this program, and that was it. I'm committed to it. So they're telling me, those people are telling me that it worked for them. Right, I'm gonna give this a thing then, a go. So I'm gonna do it. It's not like I'll go to a meeting once a week then, and I won't drink any alcohol, you know, and that'll do me. It's like no,
yeah,
I'm committing to this thing. So this is what I need to do. I need to go through these, this certain thing that's all laid out for me. And I need to start my day like this. I need to move through my day like this, and I need to end my day like this. Right. I'm doing it. The surrender thing was I don't have a choice about that anymore. I've relinquished my choice. I cannot drink alcohol. That's end of story. That just can't happen. And actually, that's a load off my mind now. I don't have to wrestle with that one anymore. The amount of mental energy that I've dedicated to, should I, can I, can I drink in a set? Oh, well, a little bit of alcohol is not horrible. The number, the number of times we've been round and round that one. And it's just, no, it's gone now. It's off the table. It's not I'll release that bit of will, which is what we have. We've been that's when people talk about our God-given sovereignty. I think what that really means is the the gift of free will. That's what we've been given. That's the sovereignty that we have.
yeah,
We have free will.
yes,
And the bit of free will that I have about alcohol, I've chosen to give that back because I can't do it. It doesn't work for me, and it'll end up taking my everything. So
yeah,
I give that back. Now it's and other than that, the rest of my will, I'm choosing to right. I'm on this course. people have told me not only that it works for them, but how much they've got out of it. This is what I'm kind of seeing now is there's this huge bit of life that opens up suddenly, where when I was kind of in my cups, I couldn't see anything else bar alcohol. And if you took me alcohol away from me, I had nothing. You know what I mean? And it's like,
Yeah.
I can't even relate to that anymore.
Not only did I feel like I had nothing, I thought I was going to die.
Yeah.
Like I had to have alcohol. I could not have. Like we had to. You were telling me a story about when you were like, I need whiskey now, right? Was it like
That
I need
what?
whiskey now? Weren't you in a car once, somebody and you needed whiskey?
No,
You
yeah,
wanted to drink.
yeah.
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 No, you
But
don't.
yeah,
Then
I
you
would,
stop the
oh,
car. No, I need to, no, you don't understand. Yeah,
and in my town, in my state, they don't sell liquor on Sundays. So then I'd even need to drive to Wisconsin. I kind of was, my drinking got heavier when that changed a little bit. And Sundays, I think we could buy liquor all days of the week now. But oh man, yeah, I had to have my liquor. That's for sure. Woo. And it's terrifying though, because like it just wasn't as, it was never as fun. It was to live. Like I really had a problem.
yeah,
I was really getting out.
yeah, it changes, doesn't it?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
not good. Mother effer.
yeah, yeah. Cunning, baffling, and powerful.
Yes. And every time I have like I'm just you have to do the hard thing and meaning not doing the thing you want to do. And once I did that a few days, oh man, but it's a journey. It's really a journey. It's so a journey that's worth it though. Learning how to be a responsible, basically I learned how to be a role model. I learned how to be somebody that I learned how to just be a kind, good, loving person. And I can fully do that now because I've done the shedding, you know. And I continue to because it's normal, we evolve. And also our lives are so complex. I feel like my life is like an apartment building with all the stories that I'm realizing are like very unique, individual, isolated stories with different humans along the way.
Yeah,
I,
yeah,
I don't have a long-term husband, you know what I mean? Or a long partnership. It doesn't even have to be a husband, just partnership. I don't even have friendships that have spent, I have one. But we really we have a long time friendship, but we don't have a friendship that we disclose things about our lives much. She knows about that I'm an A. She's always showed up for me.
yeah,
You know, she's kind of a different person. She's beautiful. I don't know. Yeah, so it's not that we wouldn't even have wanted to. I think it's just we just haven't even had the space to do it. And I was sick for so long. So the fact that she even freaking stayed as long as she did in our
yeah,
friendship was amazing. But she also was like, I didn't realize it. You know, we kind of both, she's not high maintenance and we're that kind of friend, but well, you get it. So
yeah.
anyway, it's just a
Oh,
process.
building.
It's a long process. And the less I tried to figure it out, I'm sure people get tired of hearing this, but really, that one day at a time thing, that's it.
Yeah,
It's really, that's it.
yeah.
I had to pump myself up though. Like I was telling, somebody was talking about how one of my sponsors, this is a true thing. I I have a machete that I use. It's just an invisible one. But when like circumstances arrive and people's spirits maybe aren't as kind as they could be, I'll just be like, you know, we're gonna whisk right through that, clean it, and then stay forward into the loving kindness path. Like the rest has to go. And so somebody was telling me, a sponsor of mine, that in the place that she's going to be living in now, there's a lot of alcohol in the bottom, like to have a wedding kind of as much alcohol. And then upstairs isn't that trouble. But so I was like, oh, this is the time that I bring up because she goes downstairs to do laundry and it's not that big of a deal. Anyway, but it is good to be aware of it. Anyway, and I was like, that's when I bring out my machete, my spiritual machete. And then one of our people that comes, he's like, of course you have one of those. I'm like, hell yeah, I do. Like, this is the guy to my understanding. Oh man. But I mean, really, sometimes you gotta be like, okay, I'll have to pep talk myself because I like have a lift routine, and I really don't want to break it. I'm 6 months in. It's not complex. I've been doing it for 6 months. I have had two times I've taken a little break and they have been like along this move, for example. That wasn't a smart plan. And 2 days turned into seven quickly. It might have even been 10. I don't think it was, but regardless, um, staying in the path and staying in the routine and just sort of figuring out how I learned to speak to myself. So I like pep talk myself. Like in the evenings, I'll be like, oh God, I'm on 4 sets of 12 tomorrow. And then I'm like, I let myself sift through it because I realize it will change. I've already prepared myself. I've slept enough. I've eaten enough. I know I'm going to bed on time. I'm not creating an environment where I would have a reason not to go and do my 4 set of 12. I only even have to do it one time with one rep, and I go back to 3 sets of 8 then and move through the cycle again. It's not even that, it's just they're longer. It's 4 sets instead of the 3 set. It's all those things. Anyway, long story short, just get up and do it. So I have to be like,
Yeah.
okay, here we go. I'd rather sit and listen to Sarah, take notes, drink coffee, and then all of a sudden it's like, but then I do it, and I'm like, I feel free to just receive the day because I did the thing that I know I can do and it didn't take very long. And it was actually enjoyable too. Anyway,
Yeah.
retraining entirely. You seem naturally very familiar with it though, kind of, I feel like. And you've been in a lot. Well, I haven't even heard the half, but just hearing lately of your travel. Indonesia, is that right?
Mhm.
I mean, 7 years, did you say?
Yeah, I think it was 7 years total.
Yeah, but you understand when you do time like that. I had a chance to do it too twice, but just for 3.5 months at a time and on a different project than you were on, but still, they weren't vacations. It was actually
Yeah.
living in the communities. So it gives, I just think it's such people use the word, it changed me. It gave me the opportunity to really see what's real, how people really are living and happily, or maybe not, but I'm just saying like what community looks like in different ways, especially. Yeah.
It used to be because it was regular that say we because it was me and a friend primarily um went over regularly for yeah, I think it's about seven, she'll know, about 7 years in total. But it used to be a bigger culture shock for me to come back than it was to go there. There was no, to start with, uh, there's no phone signal. There was electricity, but only at night, I think. Um, no paper, no paperwork. No, and I used to come home to like a stack of bills, like a load of, and even just coming as you kind of leave the remote island and come to the like a bigger island, and then you go to a bigger island, and it's getting more and more civilized, more and more civilization as you go, and then the first thing everybody wanted to do was go and have pizza, like in a shopping mall. And it was just over, you know, just I used to hate that journey out there, but the journey back, sorry, but the journey out there was the opposite way around. It was kind of you just start leaving, uh, yeah, and like I balanced, learned how to walk with a pot on my head and stuff.
Yeah.
Balance. Never really had a good balance, but I could do the pot on my head thing. Yeah, just different. And
Did you have to put your arms out?
it was no.
What's the secret to it?
Something heavy. It's a lot easier with a heavy thing. And just the they started me off with like wrapping a t-shirt or a tea towel or something into like a roll and then making that into a circle. So I had something to
Yeah. Hold it
help
in
the thing to
place.
sit on. But
Yeah.
I'm not a very I haven't got natural balance or I'm not a good dancer, for example. You know, a terrible dancer. But just yeah,
You
just
think that
doing
that
it,
can't be
just
possible
doing
because
it.
you like rhythm.
Yeah, I'm a
Right.
good rhythm guitarist and stuff like that, but using my body for yeah, and balance has always been a bit off. With or without the alcohol. But yeah, it's about it just obviously it's just like center of gravity and things
Does
like
your
that.
neck get sore?
No, no, you
Okay.
can carry it's a lot easier carrying stuff on your head than it is like on your shoulder or holding it like this. Yeah, loads easier. You can carry heavier stuff. Yeah.
It's easier. I don't, these are the things you don't hear every day. It's way easier carrying stuff on your head,
Yeah,
loads of stuff, than it is in a bag.
it is. Carry
Yeah,
water.
I know, it's brilliant. Why don't we do it? Because we're like too vain. Or what? Why, if it's easier, why doesn't everybody do it?
I don't know. I don't know why people don't. Why don't we go down to the shops and
Maybe we don't walk as much. Yeah.
yes, because we put them in cars and things. We don't walk like a distance with a heavy item, do we? No.
No, we know.
Yeah. Anyway, but no way. How long has this recording been going on for?
It's got to be an hour or 50 minutes.
Okay. Not that it matters. But our whole meeting is I turned it on early though, didn't I? Yeah, I turned it on because the thing's saying 2 hours 51 at me.
Okay.
Like,
Is it stopped
fuck,
now?
we haven't been talking that long, have we? Shit.
Yeah, we've been on the phone since 3:15. I mean, on Zoom. Thank you, Zoom.
Since 3:15, which means nothing to me. What time would that have been for me? 10,
Oh, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
10:15.
10, 15.
Yeah, so it's over 2 hours then.
Oh, it's past your bedtime.
It is. It's after midnight.
Don't tell Sarah. Whoops, I used a name.
It is Friday night though. So
Your name's Sarah. It is Friday night. Did we drop a word?
do we drop Oh
And
shit.
Bumble and Flow.
No, I
Next
forgot.
meet,
That's
new meeting time. Oh, good. Tomorrow. Should we give him a word for tomorrow?
yeah, but we chose one last week. We chose one and
Oh,
it
we
was
just
compromise. I can't remember who chose it now. Somebody chose compromise.
compromised. Did Christy say it? I felt like.
Yeah, could have been. And but it's my job to do that on Wednesday. I completely forgot about putting it in. I'll put it in,
I
don't
forgot.
that's my responsibility.
Cool.
I'll do that.
Cool, cool. Okay, so tomorrow we're going to talk about that word.
Yeah. Right, we're gonna stop recording.
Thanks, everybody.
Do you want to say
Okay.
goodbye to the ladies and gentlemen?
Thank you for joining us at table 58. Are you pointing at your fireplace? The fireplace has gone out, team.
Yeah.
See you later, everybody.